Hello and welcome back to City of Cars. So I got a request for a POV test drive video on this Jaguar, so that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to head and open up the garage door, open up the Jaguar. We're going to take this for a quick spin around the block just to see how it feels on the road. All right, now that we're comfortably in the car, we'll go ahead and press the start button, foot on the brake, press the button. Vehicle's going to fire right up for us. I'm going to turn the volume down, that way you can actually hear the car. Put it in drive. And we'll gently pull it out of the garage here. And we're going to go ahead and take this for a quick spin. But first I got to make sure that the garage door is closed. We're going to pause that. Close up the garage door and we'll be right back. All right, garage door is closing. A little second just to see a back end shot of it running. Nice little exhaust picture. But let's go ahead and climb back in. Always safety first. Grab the seatbelt. Make sure we're buckled in. And perfect. There we go. Put it back in drive. And we're going to go ahead and take it for a quick spin around the block here. Definitely such a cool car. It does have a power adjustable steering, so you can go ahead and just hit that button, get that steering wheel to be nice and comfortable. Barely put pressure on the gas, and it just wants to get up and go. Definitely not lacking any power here. Beautiful interior, definitely a solid ride. And it's comfortable, and obviously, as you can see, we're driving down the road and making minimal noises. Now we are gonna be stuck here in a little bit of Game of Frogger. As you can see, pretty heavy traffic, so I'm gonna pause till we're actually on the road. All right, it looks like we got our window, so we're gonna go ahead and proceed on and pull out here. Definitely no problem getting up to the speed limit on this. As you can see, we got a red light, but no hands on the steering wheel. Car is driving perfectly straight down the road. And let's go ahead, we'll make a left here, go down what they call the Troy Motor Mall, which is, they actually have a sign there, and that is just a row full of dealerships. So it's a nice little road we can kind of test out. Kind of keeps us a little bit out of Troy traffic. We do have an adjustable spoiler here, which is kind of cool. Show you how that looks like here in a little bit, but let's go ahead and pay attention to the road here. Make sure if we get a hole here, we can actually cross over. It's about 5 o'clock, so in this part of town we do experience a little bit of traffic around this time of day. But I'm gonna let you guys fast forward all this, and I'll resume the video as soon as we get back on the road. Alright, it looks like we found our window here. Another little POV test, clearly hands off the wheel. No adjustment, but car is driving perfectly. If I hit the brakes, I don't see any vibration on the brakes. Pedals, steering is nice and responsive. You can see I barely touch it, and the vehicle just wants to turn. It's like a go-kart taking this really tight curve, going about 37, and I mean, just eats up those corners. I mean, super, super nice ride. Very fun car to be in. I love the cluster setup. I love how they separate kind of the navigation, the music you're playing, and having the tach and the speed, digital speedometer right there definitely makes it all, gives you all the information you need right out the hand. Definitely cool. Nice little Jaguar emblem right in there. And we got another stoplight here. And that's kind of gives us the opportunity to kind of play around with some of these settings here. So obviously you can customize all this, like left panel info. You can do media, trip summary, driver assistant aid. So let's go ahead and look at driver assistance. Oh, we got a green light. Let's go ahead and keep on going. You can see that changed the setting there. So it's kind of nice. You can fully customize this to however you want to set it up and have whatever information you want directly displayed at you. But as far as the vehicle, I mean, definitely a solid car. Clearly you can see we're going to do a stop test, nobody behind us, 40 miles an hour, hit the brakes, no hands on the steering wheel. You can see the vehicle brakes perfectly with no pulsation. It doesn't steer to the left or right, which is usually an indicator that the rotors aren't warped and the brakes are good to go. Nice little curve here, just eats it up. I mean, it's so hard not to play with this thing. I am controlling myself. It's just such a fun car. It just makes you want to get up and go. Definitely a beautiful car. You do got paddle shifters, FYI, so I mean, if you hit that, you'll see it goes down into like the manual mode and you can actually shift the gear. Definitely a lot of fun there. And then to go back to normal drive, you just hit and hold it and it's just going to go back to normal drive. So again, you just hold that right paddle down for about 3 seconds if you ever want to get out of manual mode, and it's going to take you right back to your normal driving mode in an automatic, so you don't get to actually manually shift. But if you want pedals, they are there and they're very, very responsive, which is always good to have. Alright, take a peek here. It does look like we have a couple different driving modes too. So I mean, if you go right here and we shift them out, you can see that obviously that gets into the ice snow mode, which is definitely around this being here in Michigan, that can come in handy. And we're heading back towards the dealership now. Obviously you do got cruise control on here as well, just like you would expect to find. I also really like that they give you that automatic stop button and option, so if you wanted to turn that off, you just simply press that and that's going to turn off that feature. And like I mentioned, we do have an active sports button too, so it's kind of a valve exhaust system, so you can make it quieter and louder depending on your preference, which is definitely cool. I like that, and I love the fact that it's just a one-touch button operation. Oh, and looks like we got the red light. Here we go. This is a little bit of time to kind of take a peek at some more of the toys here. So dynamic mode activated. So if you hold all that, it's got a little racing flag. So that was the other mode that I was going to tell you. So that kind of gives you a more sportier version. So it's going to let the RPMs climb a lot higher, and it's going to obviously make the vehicle quicker. You get a little bit less fuel economy that way, but it's more fun. Also, I should know it does have the lane keep assist. So that is always a nice feature to have. It is a button to open up the glove box, which is kind of cool, and I love the way they did that. I mean, they even embroidered the Jaguar, established 1935. So a lot of little attention to details, little Easter eggs you can find throughout the cabin here and there. Obviously, cup holders, that's all good. Definitely a beautiful car. Put it in reverse. Obviously, you can see the back of the camera. You get a couple different ways to kind of take a peek at it, whether you want the grid lights, and you have the radar there as well. Going back there, and I should know you can also put it in sports mode, and you have the ability to shift the car with just these two. So if you see that, sports 1, sports 2. So if you didn't want to use the paddle shifters, you can just use the regular thing. And if you wanted to go back to normal driving, you just switch it over to drive, and you're going to be right back to automatic. So manual mode, automatic. Definitely very easy. Definitely love this little thing. Kind of reminds me of some Corvettes, and you can start seeing the ambient lighting. So that you do have that here as well throughout the cabin. So you can see that the color is set to red, and you can kind of start seeing it's not really dark out right now, but you'll get a sense of that ambient lighting, how that plays in. There we go. We got a green light, and I do have it in that sports mode. So if you can see, the shifts are a lot more rapid and obviously a little bit quicker, and once you just get up to speed. Let's go ahead and shift it out of that mode, and you can see it went from red just to normal white, and that lets us know that the vehicle's right back in touring. So this is just more of a casual, easy driving. Does make the steering a little softer, so it's just a little bit more comfortable if you just want to drive around and you don't want to really be racing anybody, for lack of a better analogy here. But Definitely solid car. I mean, car's got 3,653 and it drives just like it. I mean, solid brakes. I mean, it just drives like a new car. Not much to apologize here. Again, let go of the steering wheel. You can see the car driving perfectly down the road. We're coming up to our entrance here to the dealership, so we'll put the turn signal and we'll do one last minute like kind of walk around the whole car just to kind of give you a visual of the vehicle again, and hopefully you can see that spoiler come up because we did press that button. So let's go ahead and get this back to the dealer. Whew. Gotta love Michigan roads. Let's get out of that and head back towards the dealership here. We're good drivers, so we use return signals. And I'm telling you, this thing just is such a good handling car. I mean, it's like driving a little go-kart. So much fun. Perfect. And we're back at the dealership. We're gonna put it in reverse and back it up to the garage. You can see these front motion sensors in motion. You can see it, like as soon as I started getting close to that, it automatically starts putting the sonar, which is definitely good. Helps out. You can see it right there. Tells me I'm right by something, and you can literally see it is right by the mirror. So that is facts. But let's go ahead and put it in pause. I did press this, so I just want to make sure we can pop that out so you can kind of see it. Or maybe press and hold it. There we go. And let's go walk outside here. Whoop. And just doing a final walk around here. Let's go take a peek again at the back area here. It does look like it comes with a Jaguar mug. All-weather floor mats. It's kind of nice to kind of see it outside. That way you don't see it under the fluorescent lighting, but absolutely beautiful car. Hopefully this video helps you out. Sorry about the delay, but as you know, that we just got this picked up from the Jaguar dealership because they performed a recall over the seat belts for like a child safety restrainer or something of that nature, but everything has been fixed. Recall has been performed and it is ready to roll. So thank you so much for watching this, and hopefully this video helps. And if you have any questions, obviously feel free to give me a call.